The Enchanted Locket. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled at the base of a towering mountain, there lived a young woman named Elara. She was known for her beauty, but what truly set her apart was her kind heart and unwavering generosity. Elara's days were spent helping the less fortunate, tending to the sick, and ensuring that no one in the village ever went hungry. One sunny morning, as Elara strolled through the village square, she noticed a traveling merchant named Cedric setting up his wares. His stall was filled with a dazzling array of jewelry, colorful fabrics, and trinkets from distant lands. The village buzzed with excitement as they admired the exotic items. But Elara couldn't help but feel a strange attraction to a simple, silver locket hanging from a velvet cord. Curiosity got the best of her, and she approached Cedric. "How much for that locket?" she inquired. Cedric looked at Elara with a twinkle in his eye. "Ah, this locket is not for sale. It's a very special item, you see. It's said to grant the wishes of the one who possesses it, but only if they have a pure heart." Elara was captivated by the locket's beauty and the promise it held. She knew she had a pure heart and believed in the power of wishes. "I must have it," she declared, reaching into her coin pouch. Cedric shook his head. "It's not a matter of coin, my dear. I sense your pure heart, but to earn the locket, you must complete 3 selfless acts that help others." Elara agreed without hesitation. She spent the next few months performing acts of kindness throughout the village. She helped a struggling widow rebuild her home, nursed a sick child back to health, and even spent days planting crops for the elderly farmers. Cedric, who had been secretly watching her, finally approached Elara with a smile. "You've proven your heart's purity," he said, handing her the locket. "Remember, the locket will grant you 3 wishes, but use them wisely." Elara thanked him and clasped the locket around her neck. She walked back to her humble cottage, pondering what to wish for. Her heart was so full of compassion that she wished for something that would benefit the entire village, a bountiful harvest for the upcoming season. The moment Elara made her wish, a soft glow emanated from the locket, and she felt a surge of energy flow through her. She couldn't be sure if it was her imagination or the locket's magic, but she had a feeling something extraordinary was about to happen. The next morning, the villagers awoke to a miraculous sight. The fields that had once been barren were now lush with crops, heavy with fruits and vegetables. The entire village rejoiced, and their gratitude for Elara knew no bounds. Word of her selflessness and the locket's power spread far and wide. With 2 wishes left, Elara decided to share her newfound gift with others. She helped a childless couple conceive a baby, and for her second wish, she cured an old man's blindness, allowing him to see the world anew. As the locket granted each wish, its silver surface gleamed brighter, reflecting the happiness it had brought to the lives of the villagers. As time passed, Elara became a beloved figure in her village, known far and wide for her boundless kindness and the enchanted locket she wore around her neck. One day, a man named Cale arrived in the village. He had heard rumors of Elara's magical locket and was determined to possess it. Cale was a selfish and greedy man, and he believed that the locket's power should belong to him alone. He approached Elara, trying to persuade her to give it to him, but she was steadfast in her refusal. She knew that he would use it for his own gain, without regard for others. Frustrated and desperate, Cale decided to steal the locket. One night, under the cover of darkness, he crept into Elara's cottage, and with a swift and silent movement, he snatched the locket from where it lay on her bedside table. He quickly made his wish, asking for boundless wealth. As Kale's wish was granted, a terrible price was exacted. The locket's glow dimmed, and Elara, who was linked to its power, felt a searing pain in her chest. She awoke to find the locket missing and knew immediately what had happened. Distraught, she rushed to the village square, where Kale had been celebrating his newfound riches. When she confronted him, he was unapologetic, reveling in his newfound wealth and power. The villagers, who had witnessed the entire incident, were torn between the two figures they admired, the once selfless Elara and the now greedy Kale. As Elara grieved the loss of her locket and its waning power, she made a solemn vow to retrieve it and restore its magic. She embarked on a journey, leaving her village behind, and her quest led her to a mystical forest at the base of the towering mountain that loomed in the distance. The forest was rumored to be enchanted, inhabited by magical creatures and guarded by a wise old sorceress named Seraphina. Elara ventured deep into the forest, seeking the guidance and power she needed to reclaim the locket. After days of navigating the dense forest, she finally arrived at Seraphina's dwelling. The sorceress, who had sensed Elara's approach, welcomed her warmly and listened to her tale. Seraphina revealed that the locket was bound to the heart of its possessor, and to reclaim it, Elara would have to prove herself once again. The sorceress assigned 3 challenging tasks to Elara. She had to mend a broken friendship between 2 mythical creatures, heal a sickly ancient tree that was crucial to the forest's balance, and rescue a trapped soul from the clutches of a malevolent spirit. With each selfless act, the locket would regain its power and return to her. Determined and undeterred, Elara set out to complete the tasks. She ventured deeper into the forest, encountering mythical beings and overcoming obstacles. With her pure heart and unwavering determination, she mended the friendship between a mischievous sprite and a solemn forest guardian, nursed the ancient tree back to health, and faced the malevolent spirit, freeing the trapped soul from its clutches. As she completed each task, the locket's glow slowly began to return, and her connection to its power strengthened. When the final task was completed, Seraphina appeared, her eyes twinkling with approval. She presented the locket to Elara, who clasped it around her neck with tears of joy in her eyes. With the locket's magic restored, Elara returned to her village, ready to confront Kale and reclaim the stolen wishes. As she entered the village square, she found Kale flaunting his wealth and power, but the villagers had grown disillusioned with his greed and selfishness. Elara approached Kale, her locket gleaming with power, and spoke with a voice that resonated with both authority and compassion. "Kale, your wishes have brought pain and suffering to our village, and you've lost the privilege to wield this magic." With a simple gesture, she wished for Kale's ill-gotten wealth to be returned to its rightful owners, and for Kale himself to learn the importance of selflessness and kindness. The locket's magic worked its transformative power, and Kale's heart softened, his greed vanishing as he realized the value of empathy and compassion. The village rejoiced as Kale, humbled and remorseful, joined Elara in her mission to use the locket's power for the greater good. Together, they granted wishes that improved the lives of the villagers, and the village prospered like never before. The locket, once a source of discord, had now become a symbol of unity and the enduring power of selflessness. Elara's story spread far and wide, inspiring others to follow her example. The village thrived, not only because of the locket's magic but because of the kindness and love that flowed through its inhabitants. And as Elara looked out over the village she had always loved, she knew that the greatest magic of all was the magic of the human heart.